Hello, good afternoon, gentle folks. Thank you once again for joining me for another NFL game day picks and the predictions and betting tips. I hope you had a wonderful week last week and you managed to win. This week we're gonna have 3 games on Thursday night football because, as you know, in America it's Thanksgiving night. So we'll be having 3 games tomorrow, and we're going to jump straight into it. And we're going to start with the Buffalo Bills versus the Detroit Lions. And for this game, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills to win this one. And in terms of a spread, I'll be going with the Buffalo Bills at minus 5.5 and just $1.50. In terms of total points for this game, I'm saying here that we should have under 53.5 points, and that's $2. And recapping the predictions for Buffalo Bills versus the Lions, I'm taking the Buffalo Bills here to win at $1.25. And on the spread, I'm taking the Bills to win at minus 5.5, right? And that's $1.50. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have under 53.5 points in this game, and you're getting $2 in terms of odds if you should place a bet on that score. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Bills versus the Lions, and now we're going to move on to the Giants versus the Cowboys. And for the Giants versus the Cowboys here now, I'm expecting the Giants. I'm taking the Giants to win this one. The Giants to win this one as $4.50. In terms of a spread, I'm also going with the Giants at plus 5.5. Let me see here. Plus 5.5 for the Giants. And in terms of total points for this game, I'm saying here we should have over 40 points in this game. Not seeing 40, so I'm going to go with over 41.5 points in this game. Alright, recapping predictions for the Giants versus the Cowboys. I'm expecting the Cowboys to win here at $1. I'm expecting the Cowboys to win. It's not $1.50, it's actually $4.50 for the Cowboys to win tomorrow here. And in terms of a spread, I'm going with the Cowboys at plus 5.5, and that's $2.50. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have over 41.5 points in this game, and that's $1.50. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Giants versus the Cowboys, and that's really quick combos for that particular game for me. And then we'll jump on over to the final game on Thursday night football, and this game is the Patriots versus the Vikings. Patriots versus the Vikings here, and for this game, I'm going with the Patriots to win this one. Taking the Patriots to win at $2.20. In terms of a spread, I'm going here and I'm saying that the Patriots I'm taking the Patriots at $2.5. We're not seeing 2.5. So I'm taking the Patriots at minus 2.5 here. And in terms of total points, I'm saying that we should have over 40 points in this game. So I'm gonna go with over 39.5 in this game. Alright, so recapping predictions for the Patriots versus the Vikings. I'm taking the Patriots to win here at $2.20. In terms of the spread, I'm doing the Patriots minus 2.5, and that's $2.40. In terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have over 39.5 points in this game, and that's $1.55. Alright, so we're moving right along from Thursday night football to Sunday football, and now we're gonna start on Sunday with the Broncos versus the Panthers. And for the Broncos versus the Panthers, I'm expecting here, I'm going to take the Broncos to win this one. The Panthers, they haven't looked really good this season, and I think Baker Mayfield is yet to find himself there, and I think he'll be the quarterback in this game. And yes, they should challenge. It's going to be a close, it's anybody's game, but I'm going with the Broncos to win. So the Broncos to win, and in terms of a spread, I'm going with the Broncos at plus 2.5. And in terms of total points, I'm saying that here we should have under 44.5 points in this game. Alright, so let's see. Not seeing under 44.5 points. Alright, so I'm gonna have to take an over here. I'm gonna take over 36.5 points. Alright, so recapping predictions for this game, the Broncos versus the Panthers. I'm expecting the Broncos to win at $1.76. In terms of spread, I'm taking the Broncos at plus 2.5, and that's $1.60. In terms of total points, in this game, I'm saying that we should have over 36.5 points, and that's $2. Alright, so those are the predictions for the Broncos versus the Panthers, and now we'll move on to the next game, and the next game is the Buccaneers versus the Browns. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Cleveland Browns. And for this game, I'm going to take the Browns to win this one. And it's not going to be easy for the Browns though, but I'm going with the Browns to win this one. It's going to be a very challenging match. I'm expecting it to be a challenging one. going with the Browns to win. In terms of a spread, I'm going to go with the Browns at plus 2.5, minus 2.5 rather. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have under 44.5 points in this game, I do believe. And so recapping predictions for the Buccaneers versus the Browns, I'm expecting the Browns to win. Cleveland Browns, that is, at $2.37. And in terms of a spread, I'm taking the Cleveland Browns also at minus 2.5 and $2.65. Yes, if we should take the bet at minus 2.5, that is. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have under 44.5 points for this game, and that's $1.71. Alright, so that's that for that game. And now we'll move on to the Ravens versus the Jaguars. And now this one's another interesting one. The Ravens seem to have stalled a bit, and the Jaguars, they have been hot and cold all season. So therefore, I would say the Ravens would have to watch out, because the Jaguars could come and take this one from them. The Ravens are expected to win, but I'm going to go with the Jaguars here to pop a surprise on them for the Jaguars to win. And in terms of a spread, I will be going here with 3.5, and I'm going with plus 3.5 for the Jaguars. Not seeing 3.5 here, so I'm going to go with plus 2.5. So, and in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 43.5 points, I do believe. We should have over 43.5 points. Not seeing us, I'm going to go with 42.5 points, right? So, recapping predictions for Ravens versus Jaguars, I'm expecting the Jaguars to steal this one here from the Ravens, and if the Jaguars do so, that we are gonna, if we win, you should be at $2.50. In terms of a spread, I'm taking the Jaguars at plus 2.5, and that's $2.15. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 42.5 points in this game, and that's $1.80. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Ravens versus Jaguars. And now we'll skedaddle on over to our next game, and this is the Texans versus the Dolphins. This one is another, I don't use the term interesting one. It's interesting somewhat, yes. Texans, I don't know, when teams are losing, you can never count them all, because they're playing and spoiling other teams' party, yeah. And so therefore, Dolphins will have to be on the lookout. But I'm gonna take the Dolphins to win here, and I hope that they do get a challenge from the Texans. And I'm taking the Dolphins to win here. The Dolphins to win. In terms of a spread, I'm going with minus 6.5 here. Let me see, minus, not getting that, so I'm getting minus 8.5. So I'm going to take minus 8.5. In terms of total points for this game, I do believe that we're going to end up with over 42.5 points in this game. Alright, so we should have over 42.5 points in this game. So recapping predictions for the Texans versus the Dolphins, I'm expecting the Dolphins to win here at $1.14. In terms of the spread, I'm taking the Dolphins at minus 8.5, and that's $1.53. And in terms of total points, I believe that we're going to have over 42.5 points in this game, and that is $1.44. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Texans versus the Dolphins. And now we jump on over to the Chicago Bears versus the New York Jets. New York Jets hit a snag last week. They've been having a fairly good season so far, compared to the standard that they have set over the years, but they're having a really great season. And so therefore, I'm wondering here if they will be able to pick the slack up after a lackluster week last week. I think they should be able to do so based on the kind of season that they've been having so far. But for me, for this week, I'm gonna go with the Bears, especially if Fields come back in and plays. I think the Bears should beat them here, even though the Bears will be visiting them. I think the Bears should be able to beat them here. In terms of a spread, I'm going here with the Bears at minus 4.5. So the Bears at minus 4.5 here. I'm getting minus 4.5, so I'm gonna go with plus 3.5 for the Bears. And in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have here over 39.5 points, I do believe. So when I'll see that, so I'm going with over 38.5 points. Recapping predictions for the Bears versus the Jets, I'm expecting the Bears to win at $2.80. In terms of a spread, I'm going with the Bears at plus 3.5, and that's $2.05. And in terms of total points, I say we should have over 38.5 points here, and this is $1.83 if that does happen. Yeah, so those are my predictions for the Bears versus the Jets. And now we'll move on to the Bengals versus Titans, and for this game now, the Bengals versus Titans, I'm expecting here this one should be somewhat of a close matchup, I do believe, but the Bengals can be a bit tricky as well as the Titans, hence the reason why it's a close matchup for me. But for this game, I'm going to go with the Titans to take this one. I'm not going to be surprised if the Bengals prove otherwise, but I'm going to go with the Titans to win. Titans to win at $2.15, and in terms of spread, I'm going here with the Titans at minus 1.5 rather. I'm going with the Titans at minus 1.5, and in terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 42.5 points in this game, I do believe. Marcinas, I'm going with over 41.5. So recapping predictions for the Bengals versus the Titans, I'm expecting the Titans to win here at $2.80. And in terms of a spread, I'm going with the Titans at minus 1.5, and that's $2.25. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 41.5 points in this game, and that's $1.80. Right? So those are my predictions for the Bengals versus Titans, and now we move on to the Falcons versus the Commanders. And now for this game, the Atlanta Falcons versus the Washington Commanders. For this game, this is another close one. I believe this one is going to be another close one, and for me, I'm going to go with the Falcons here to squeeze the win away from the Commanders. So I'm taking the Falcons to win here at $2.65, and in terms of spread, I'm going with my plus 2.5 for the Falcons here. That's $2.25. In terms of total points, I'm saying that here we should have over 41.5 points in this game, I do believe. Marcinas, I'm going to go with over 40.5. Alright, so recapping predictions for the Falcons versus the Commanders, I'm expecting the Falcons to win at $2.65. And in terms of spread, I'm taking the Falcons at plus 2.5, and that is going to be $2.25 if that does happen. And in terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 40.5 points, and that is $1.83. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Falcons versus the Commanders, and now we'll move on over to the LA Chargers versus the Arizona Cardinals. And now for this game, as I said, that the Arizona Cardinals have been a bit unpredictable all season. The Chargers have been here and there, and so you could say this is anybody's game in a sense. Would expect the Cardinals to bounce back, especially if Kyler Murray comes back, but you never know what's going to happen in a given Sunday. Well, for me, for this game this Sunday, I'm going to take the Chargers to win this one. The Chargers to win at $1.50. In terms of a spread, I'm going with the Chargers at 4.5. And that's let me see if I'm not feeling 4.5 here, so I'm going to go with minus 3.5. Alright, so in terms of total points now, I think that we should have over 44.5 points in this game. And so for me, that's what I think. Now, so recapping predictions for the Chargers versus the Cardinals, I'm saying here the LA Chargers to win at $1.50. And the LA Chargers in terms of spread, minus 3.5 for the LA Chargers, and that's $1.80. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 44.5 points in this game, and that's $1.60. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Chargers versus the Cardinals, and now we're going to move on to our next game here on Sunday. And this game is the Raiders versus the Seahawks. The Raiders visiting the Seahawks. Raiders typically don't do very well away from home, as in scoring. They don't usually score a whole lot. I think most of the games that they have lost in recent years, they would have been games away from home. Having a poor season so far, they only managed to win 3 games. Seahawks are sitting on 6, and I think they'll be trying to win this one to shore up their playoff spot. Yeah, so therefore I'm going with the Seahawks to win here. So Seahawks to win this game at $1.55. In terms of a spread, I'm going here with the Seahawks at 3.5. I've seen 3.5 here, 3.5, so I'm going to go with 2.5. So I'm going to be taking the Seahawks at minus 2.5. In terms of total points, I'm saying that here we should have over 42.5 points in this game. I do believe we should have over 42.5 points. So I'm going with 43.5 points. Yes. Alright, as you see, you might see me refer to some numbers, and I don't find the numbers here when I'm going to the mix. That's because I usually do my research before I come here. And so therefore the numbers that I have here on my script, they're not necessarily always here available on Betway. So therefore sometimes I have to bet on another score in case you're wondering, yes? And sometimes I have to change the spread that I was planning on betting on, yeah? So for me, let's recap the predictions. Raiders versus Seahawks. I'm expecting the Seahawks to win here at $1.55. In terms of a spread, I'm going with the Seahawks at minus 2.5, and that's $1.66. In terms of total points, I'm expecting over 43.5 points, and that is $1.50. Alright, so those are the predictions for Seahawks versus the Raiders, and now we move on to the Rams versus the Chiefs. And the Chiefs, they have developed this tendency this season to lose when we don't expect them to lose. They have lost some games against some of the smaller teams, I would say, in my opinion. And so therefore the Rams, they have been having an awful season, and so therefore I think that they might be looking to correct that. And so therefore the Kansas City Chiefs, they have to be on the lookout, because these guys might just come on top of them. And the Kansas City Chiefs, they have lost at home this season already, so I know this one is going to be an interesting one. But anyways, I'm taking the Chiefs to win. And in terms of a spread, I'm saying that here we should have I'm going to go with you see here, I'm looking for minus 6.5, but don't have that, so I'm going to go with the lowest one here, and that is minus 10.5. all right, so and that's the Kansas City Chiefs. Yeah, in terms of total points, I'm seeing here that we should have over 42.5. I don't think most of these points are going to be coming from the Chiefs, in my opinion. The Rams, they're not. I don't think the Rams are going to pass 14 points. I don't think they're going to go past 14 points in this game. So hopefully the Chiefs can get at least 30, because if they don't get 30, then we're gonna fall short of 42. Yeah. All right, and so recapping predictions for the Rams versus the Chiefs. I'm expecting the Chiefs to win at $1.12. And in terms of spread, I'm going with minus 10.5 for the Chiefs, and that's $1.55. In terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have over 42.5 points, and that's $1.83. All right, so those are my predictions for the Rams versus Chiefs, and now we'll move on to our next game. And our next game is the Saints versus the 49ers, San Francisco 49ers, that is. And for this game now, the San Francisco 49ers rounded into form at the right time, I do believe. Garoppolo proving a point there. Here, they may have had plans to ship him out as the starting quarterback, but he has come back in, and he's doing a really fantastic job. Alright, so the 49ers to win for me. And in terms of spread, I'm taking the 49ers here at minus 5.5. Alright, yeah, 49ers at minus 5 point. In terms of total points, I'm saying here that we should have over 42.5 points. Alright, so we should have over 42.5 points. So recapping predictions here for the Saints versus the San Francisco 49ers. I'm expecting the San Francisco 49ers to win here at $1.25. In terms of a spread, that is minus 5.5 for the 49ers, and that's $1.50. In terms of total points, I'm saying here we should have over 42.5 points in this game, and that's $1.80. Alright, so those are my predictions for the New Orleans Saints versus the San Francisco 49ers. Alright, so I hope you're taking the notes, folks, and remember to click the notification bell whenever you subscribe to the channel, and I wish you all happy betting and good luck. Now we're going to jump on over to the Green Bay Packers versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia Eagles, they have had only one blemish so far this season, and you never know, the Packers, it depends on which team turns up. Yeah, it depends how well they turn up on the day, I should say, because the Philadelphia, the Packers can beat them, I do believe, but based on how the Philadelphia Eagles have played all season, how the Packers are playing, then it's a strong possibility that the Eagles should win. But you have Aaron Rodgers, and if the wide receivers and all of those guys and the defense and everybody come together and do what they're supposed to do, then they could end up beating the Eagles here. But for this game, I don't believe that's going to be the case, and I'm going to go with the Eagles to win here at $1.33. In terms of a spread, I'm saying here the Eagles should take this one at 4.5, minus 4.5 here. And in terms of total points here, I'm looking at, and I'm saying that we should have over 43.5 points in this game. Alright, so recapping the predictions for the Packers versus the Eagles. I'm expecting the Eagles to win this one at $1.33. In terms of a spread, I'm going with the Eagles at minus 4.5, and that's $1.60. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 43.5 points, and that's $1.60 as well. So those are my predictions for the Packers versus the Eagles, and I wish you best of luck with your betting. Now we'll move on to the final game for this game week, game week 12, and this is Monday Night Football. Pittsburgh Steelers versus the Indianapolis Colts. And for this game now, the Steelers are playing away, but I'm going to go with Steelers to take this one at $2.15. In terms of a spread, I'm going to go with the Steelers at plus 1.5, and in terms of total points, I'm seeing here that we should have over 38.5 points in this game. Alright, now seeing us, I'm going to go with over 37.5 points. Alright, so recapping predictions for the Steelers versus the Colts. I'm expecting the Steelers to steal this one at $2.15, and in terms of a spread, I'm going here with Steelers at 1.5, and that's $2.05. In terms of total points, I'm saying we should have over 37.5 points in this game, and that's $1.80. Alright, so those are my predictions for the Steelers versus the Colts, and this is how the cookie crumbles this week for your NFL game week predictions, not prediction, game picks, and betting tips. As I said, there are different things here that you could go through when you come on this site here. As I say, you can bet on the game props, all of that jazz, so you can, high score and half, all of that jazz. So but for me, I just stick with the winners, the spread, and the total points. I hope you're enjoying the video. I thank you. Give it a like and spread the word about this channel, and thank you for your support. Have a great weekend and happy betting. Thanks.